Uh, oh, okay. Hi. There we go. Maybe. I think maybe. Wow. Technology, hey? Let's just see now. It's probably not going to fix the bitrate issue, but I at least want to see if it's fixed the full screen issue. Okay, well, there's the... Seems to be full screen. Yeah, all right. That's infinitely better than whatever insane thing was happening before. Okay, get that out of the way. Let's get this game back up, and let's actually... Oh, did you guys hear that cougar growl? We're gonna die. We're not dead yet, but okay. It's late morning. It's snowing, but not heavily. We have 10 hours left on this cheat death penalty. I'm not gonna go straight to the what's-its. I'm gonna go and just see if we can see a few things over here. I would really like to wait till tomorrow, till we end up back in Ash Canyon. Just because of all the potential dangers, right? There's a few potential hazards out there. And what do you want to bet? We will, end up fighting timber wolves or something stupid like that. But I do want to check over here again. Like, this is the way we would end up going. Try and grab some sticks on the way back, because you never have too many sticks. For now, I would like to travel a little bit on the lighter side. Okay, we got wolves over here, or what do we got? Got some nice deer. Hunted deer. Not sure if we can get up the bank over here, but I would love to do that. If that's a thing that can happen. Like we should be able to. Probably that means there's a wolf over here too, doesn't it? Oh, good. That means we've come full circle to where the cougar is. Well, I don't really want to do that at all, do I? Well, then I've got two choices. Get scared by, That's what I should have done. There we go. Hello, welcome, Annabelle. That scared me. Thank you for that subscription, Annabelle. That was the pop-up I got. I forgot I had... It's the problem with me learning this whole multi-stream thing is that the game has now decided... Whatever. No, I had switched the... Because I can't chat in the multi-chat window on Stream Elements. I have to switch over to the Twitch chat, and then I can't see the Twitch chat. Or then I can't see the YouTube chat. So, and Colton, good to see you here too. Thanks for stopping in. Why is that? Yeah, that pop-up now in the way, but I was not expecting that sound. So we are getting close to the cougar over there, which is not good for me. Seeing as how I already died to one relatively recently, and I don't have the desire to repeat that experience. So, I'm going to take a different tack and see if we can find ourselves a bear over here. Okay, I want that stick. But yes, most of the time when I get, you know, new followers on YouTube, or shouldn't say followers on YouTube. It's followers on Twitch and subscribers on YouTube. Because, of course, we've got to have different terms between platforms. But more often than not, that seems to happen when I'm off stream. Like, after the stream is over is when I get those things popping up. But thank you very much. Streaming on YouTube has been more complicated than I had hoped. But having said that, it's obviously functional. I just heard a ptarmigan. Yeah, it's way easier to...
Too heavy.
Yes, I know. Oh, there's a ton of sticks here, and I am getting carried away. Yes, it's more complicated getting everything to run smoothly. Just, it's more complicated on YouTube to set up the recording, I think. Oh, look at this nice little overlook down here. Take a look down there from up here, because this is all new. Right, so there's the engine section and what. Like, probably you can climb down here if you want to take some chances. Which I don't really want to do right now. Like I said, I kind of want to get through the penalty here, get my health back. See where we go from there. But again, there's only so many places I can go, and only so much I can do if I want to stay away from this cougar, but I know I'm going to have to go somewhat by them to get back into Ash Canyon even. The Outdoor Boys. I am not familiar with them. Yes, but ptarmigan is an Arctic bird. It's actually spelled with a P as the first letter. A silent P, like in pterodactyl. Oh, and of course we're getting some fog in here now too. Perfect. Wonder if there's actually a bear in this cave, or if it's just, you know. But yes, they are a resource in this game. They are an animal you can hunt, the ptarmigan. There's some bones in the cave, which can mean a bear. But since they moved all the wildlife around, it does not necessarily have to mean a bear. Or I could come around this corner and come face to face with a bear. So, guess we could go the long way into Ash Canyon, which is through the ravine. I guess there's no rope to climb, but... Alaska hunting and fishing. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I don't even remember how long ago it was now that they added ptarmigans to the... It's actually probably ptarmigan is probably the plural of ptarmigan. Just like moose is the plural of moose. But like it's like saying Legos, right? It's force of linguistic habit. It's not necessarily accurate. But yes, the plural of Lego is the plural of Lego is Lego. Just like moose, and I'm pretty sure ptarmigan falls into the same boat there. Do we have fire hardened arrows? Yes, good, we do. Won't really help me with the cougar over here, I guess, but saw a rabbit up there, so that's what made me sort of wonder. Wouldn't hurt to know just how close we are. cougar as well. Like, you can hear it. Heard the birds again. Actually up there by where the rabbits are, but I'm not actually that short on food, which is kind of what makes me... Well, I hear it there now. Can't see it, but it does not want me over here. There's a wolf. But I don't... At least I don't see any... what am I trying to say? Don't see any markings for the moose back there, so that's one thing that's... I feel like this cougar is closer than I feel like it should be. Alright. We're gonna head back as many sticks as we can carry. Reasonably, of course. I suppose we could fish for a little while. Wanted. Wouldn't be the worst idea I've ever had. Again, though, not that we're short on food. There's more than a little bit of meat still at the camp there that I didn't take advantage of. We should have gone exploring the other way, but I forgot, because it's been so long since I've been able to play. I forgot that there was a cougar. Not a cougar. Well, yeah, a cougar in this region, and that it was over that away. We should have gone up that away towards the cave, towards Blackrock. Not that I really want to go into Blackrock at this point either, but again, just because there can be the bear up there. Well, I feel like we just wasted the whole last couple of hours in the game. You know, really only the last 5 minutes of the stream here, but I guess we could... It's early enough, we could drop off some sticks here and we could go up and over that way. Some variety. Like, all the wolves are on the far bank there, so if we stick to the left, we should be able to go up. Pretty sure you can come around the backs, like, because there's a the river comes down here from up the mountain, and it's just a little bit of a sort of a marsh over there, but I'm pretty sure it loops around behind all these rocks. But I don't actually spend much time over there because up until now there hasn't been much of a reason, but now I guess I don't know, you know, wildlife, on wildlife terms, what's there. But yeah, there's a bunch of raw meat here we can cook. Some cooked meat as well. And I guess there's more sticks and stuff here than I had sort of imagined initially. 33 sticks. Let's... go. They're going to... It's not worth much, but... really no point in carrying around more than we need. We have one book for reading, I think. Yeah, okay. In case we get stranded in a cave somewhere with nothing to do. One thing is good. We don't really have all... Well, I guess we got MRE. Not gonna disappoint in the long-term nutrition department. Alright. Keep doing that. I keep picking up sticks for no real reason. Especially when I'm right outside the house. Like, why would I pick up a stick here, drag it, 4 miles this direction before turning around and carrying it all the way back? Because sticks are such a valuable resource in the game. You can't eat them, but you can use them for almost everything else. I think I looted this backpack last time, but we're going to check anyway. And we're going to head to the right over there. I feel like we did see a wolf over on this side. When we first came in to this region. Yeah, that's already in. Yes, do not attempt to use anything you've learned in this video game to try and survive in the real-life wilderness. Not a good idea. I think, actually, if you go back farther there's a cave. We're going to try and go through here. I think you can go actually through the, like, far edge there and back around also, but let's see what's over. Again, there's important, worthwhile places that you go regularly in this game, and I'm fairly familiar with the routes to many of them, though not all of them. But then there's places like over here where you haven't traditionally had a reason to go. And now I find myself wanting to check them out again. Like, I've been through all of this years ago now. Oh, there's a wolf. I'll be back up into one as well. But there's the river. Yeah, there is a one wolf. And there has, in the past, been a possibility of a bear spawn around through here, I think. I feel like that wolf is tracking me. I think when we get up a ways farther up here, we actually come to a dead end where there's a rope climb. But I have a feeling... Oh! See, this is what I wanted to see. There's a moose marking there on that tree. Right there, that spot where the bark appears to have been scratched away. That indicates that this... And there's one up on the top of that hill over there, too. Which is probably hard for you guys to see. But that does indicate that... Oh, and there's one right there. So now you can see it fairly well. But it does indicate that this is, in fact, moose territory. There's usually 3 or 4, sometimes 5 of them to kind of mark it off. But just because the marker is there doesn't mean the moose is, currently standing around. It just means this is their territory, and this is where you will find them when they decide to come out.
Too much stuff to carry.
Yeah, I know. But it doesn't look like the moose is out today. Part of the reason we've been, I don't want to say frantic, but focused on getting back to Ash Canyon is because we have a moose hide and most of the meat from a moose curing up there. The meat's not curing because it's whatever you want to call it. It's been harvested. Oh, there is the rope is here, but yeah, see, there's another tree right in front of us there that has the markings on it. So from this pond here, like there's the frozen waterfall, from this pond here, and over there up to the top of that hill, down around through, the spot where we just walked. This is all territory of a moose, which doesn't seem to be present at the moment, but it does mean that it would probably be worth our time to, like, what have we got? We got 6.5 hours left on this injury, but we could very easily, let's not sprain thing. There we go. Birds. Yeah, so it could very easily be worth our... Oh, bunnies. Could very well be worth our time to come back direction in the morning just to see if there's a moose here. You know, before we go and try to head back to Ash Canyon. Alright, well, it's getting late enough. And we'll... probably won't have to start a fire, but... I also don't want to just go straight down the river either, because that's going to take us out where the wolves were. We got to be careful though, because there was wolves on the right here. Yeah, my stomach is growling in the game. It's actually kind of making some noise in real life here too. Yes, we need to get back and eat something. Probably read a little bit. We have... we got enough water, and I'm pretty sure we got a little bit more saved up in the house there. But maybe we'll start grabbing some sticks now. Oh, there's the wolf. Okay, let's go up this way instead. A little bit longer, but we can steer clear of... wolf, it's probably better for us. The revolver has a hair trigger. You don't really want to try and go and pick up a stick when you've got the revolver out, or you're more than likely to fire into the ground for no good reason. Waste your ammunition. As long as they're still howling, so I have a general idea of where they are, I'm not too concerned. Regular old-fashioned wolves are not that big of a threat on, not on this difficulty anyway. Oop. On this difficulty, you don't tend to run into more than one or two of them at a time. Timber wolves, on the other hand, what a pain. In fact, before the cougar... Pardon me, before they added the cougar into the game, timber wolves were really the only thing I was genuinely concerned about dealing with. But cougar also killed me. So, there's that. Guess we're not quite as desperate for fuel. Oh, flake of snow. Means the weather's going to change. Probably means we're going to have a blizzard. It's been clear for a while now, so we're either due for a blizzard or for an aurora tonight. The aurora wouldn't necessarily bother me either, but... okay. Oh, that's a wolf. Yeah, again, this used to be, the wolf smelled me. That is, Graphic! That's Graphic's resubscribe. Thank you, Graphic. And, welcome. I hope you're well. There's a wolf on my tail. I'll shoot him if I have to, but I don't really want to. If I can just get back inside my little mountaineer's hut over here. Probably... you know, wander back and leave me alone. But I hope you're well, Graphic. I just spent, 20 minutes, started the stream on the phone. Then I had to restart the stream because there was an issue with how things were playing out on YouTube. So yeah, no, I had literally turned the camera on, and within a minute of turning the camera on, my phone rang. And it was an important phone call that I've been waiting for pretty much the entire week. Oh, the common cold. There are few things as annoying. Alright, go away, Wolfie. Yeah, few things as annoying, at least that are non-serious, right? Alright. Should or some. Put them on the bed here. Perfect. Those dry. Yeah, we had one of those. We had a pretty bad cold and cough kind of situation go through not just our house, but sort of the group homes where I work, and everybody was kind of sick and whatnot. So not amazing. That wolf is really not too far away out there, is he? I can even see him. I don't think I can shoot him through the window, but I can see him there. Can I see him just walking away? Doc put you on sick leave for the week. Nice. Yep. Rest up. Drink plenty of fluids. Get some soup in you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to justify starting a fire here. We need to boil some water as much as anything else. And we can cook some of these little pieces of meat and whatnot. Alright. I think I have a couple of torches on me I can use. There we go. Yay for universe. Exactly, right? Yeah. And yay for sick days too, right? Yeah, I mean, I have a limited number of sick days, but I think, well, it's complicated because they sort of regenerate over time.
Turned out pretty well.
For me and my job, but we max out at 15 sick days. And so we can... I accrue sick days at the rate of 1 1/4 days, total days, like 1 1/4 days per month of work. So I still not quite left yet. $38 calories in this piece of meat. Wow. Beat it up there. But yeah, well, so once you reach 15 sick days accrued there, like they don't stack, right? You don't accrue any more than that. So, I mean, for a normal person, that would be 3 weeks, right, of work. But because of my wonky shift schedule, like I only work 14 shifts in 2 weeks. That's basically a month off of sick time for me every year, which is pretty solid. That's filled me up a little bit. What else do we have here? Are these big pieces? 500. Alright, well, let's take 2 of these then. Pick the big one. Wonky, absolutely. Oh, that's that. If that's the word you're gonna stick with, Graphic, that's relatively polite. I'll take wonky any day. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to boil more water than this. This is what I was saying before about picking up a stick and carrying it with me all the way. Because the ones that are close to home while that meat is cooking, there's not a ton else that I can do. I may as well wander around for a few minutes and pick up a few extra sticks, and then I'm not burning through my stockpile. Up to 6 weeks of full paid sick leave in Germany by the employer. And after that, health insurance takes over the pay, yeah. Yeah, like, we would have, like, short-term disability coverage. But that's not universal for us, sadly. I mean, I have it through my work, but it's not a universal Canadian. It's pretty common. But, like, you wouldn't get it for sort of entry-level jobs at, you know, a fast food place or something like that. Take that water. I'm just going to do a half a liter this time. I want to get this last piece of rabbit here.
Surrounded by snow and nothing to drink.
Nothing to drink. I've got all this water. Mackenzie. I mean, we got a ton more fuel in there. Yep, this is gonna go away probably while we sleep tonight. All right. Well, we got there 20 minutes almost. I'm gonna have to grab a few more sticks here. Even if I don't use them all, good to have some. But I also want to boil some extra water. It's hard in this game to overestimate the value of having some supplies on hand when you get back to sort of a safe area like this. But yeah, I think our like short-term disability, because that's what they call it. Just if you're, you know, if you're sick with something for longer than that. But yeah, it's bunch on there. What is it? Is it 65% of your normal, which isn't amazing, but for not being able to work, it's not terrible either, right? It's 2. I feel like we should cook the last
I'm
of
not
these
sure I can carry
rabbits.
much more.
Both here at the same time. There we go. I'm gonna make some more water after this too. There we go. Yeah, well, like I say, hopefully that gives you a good chance to rest up and get over the bug. I mean, the reality is that you being home probably means that other people at your place of business are not going to get sick because you're not going to be sharing their germs or sharing your germs with them. No, there's no health insurance in the long dark. The best you can do is cheat death. And you can only do that a limited number of times, right? Whoops, wrong button. Because all it costs is calories and time. That's really the only penalty for carrying, because it slows you down, right? I don't have any flour or anything here, but there should be some up in the summit. I'm just not gonna try and go there yet.
I'm so thirsty I can't think straight.
That's pretty thirsty. And I will have a drink as soon as I eat one more of these rabbits. Then I'm going to put some water on for a good while. Then we're going to try and read a book. You know, to improve our skills, our edumacation. And then in the morning, we will go try to get... Well, we'll check over there quickly for the moose, I guess. If we can get a moose here, that's still easier to get to than the one in Ash Canyon. Yeah, we're gonna have to go and try. All right, eat one. Drop the other for breakfast. It'll be a little less than an hour, but I'm gonna read for an hour anyway. Oh, of course I'm thirsty. What am I thinking? Come on, Dave. There we go. Now we've wasted that minute's worth of time. Hopefully the fire doesn't go out while we're...
Feels like night is coming.
Should be good. We're outside, so it should last. That's 48 minutes. There we go. Mean that it has enough time to cook. We can technically go to bed right now, but I think I'm just gonna try and read for another hour here. Hopefully it doesn't get dark when the fire goes out on me a few minutes before I'm done reading. Nope, we're good. Oh. Just in time for the blizzard.
Drop something.
Perfect. Gonna be doing some stuff on the side, so background noise, yes. I will try not to become breakfast for a cougar. Probably more than I should really leave behind, but too late. Okay, well I've got... I don't know if it's too dark or not to sleep, or to read again, but I'm going to give it a try. Yeah, too dark. Figures. Well, enjoy your other stuff on the side, whatever that may be, Graphic. I'm sure you'll come up with a good comedic comment at some point in the not-too-distant future. So I will wait for that with anticipation. Oh, this is more beat up than I thought it was. I won't be able to fix it now in the dark anyway. Tools. What can we do? I guess we can clean the rifle a couple of times. So we can sleep for 9 hours now, but that's not going to take us quite till dawn, but I suppose, when you think about it, as long as the blizzard is over, it doesn't really matter, right? And then Graphic did not come up with a comedic comment after waiting patiently for 63 hours. I've got water here. I'll have to go to the bathroom long before 63 hours is up. I'll actually be back at work 63 hours from now, Graphic, so don't expect me to wait up. Alrighty. Set it for 9 hours. We'll see what it's like in the morning. Oh, hey, the death penalty. Death by... Oh, that sounds just terrible, Graphic. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But yay, our cheat death penalty is over. Woohoo! We are now perfectly healthy. Alright, well, it's still going to be pretty hard to see out there, but... Eat nice piece of meat. Can still eat some more, but I'm not sure. Rather hang on to the dog food just for a just-in-case kind of moment. Probably grab another liter of water, which will probably put us over our weight limit. What else can I leave behind? Suppose I can leave this. Not something we necessarily need. take with us. Because the lantern we have is basically full. Rounds. Alright. I guess I'm going to go out and see if we can find ourselves a moose. Is it cold out? It's a little bit cold. Alright, so we got to remember there are 2 wolves over here. It only feels like -4. We'll be fine. It'll warm up in a couple hours. By the time we actually find a moose, or find where the moose should be, if it's still there, we will be just fine. The game, for all of its challenge, does a really good job of putting enough sort of safe spaces around so that you always have a place to go. Question and the challenge is, of course, whether you know the area well enough to make it there if, a blizzard suddenly shows up and you find the closest shelter. But I've survived, like by hiding in a little a little cleft sort of in the rocks, building a fire, keeping it out of the wind long enough to, not just warm up, but actually sleep to get through the blizzard. I mean, the harder the difficulty, obviously, the longer the blizzards are and the more frequent they are, so no guarantee. Oh, there's the wolf. I guess we're going to go around this way. Can't tell if he's heard me or not. I didn't grab the water like I said I was going to, did I? No. It's the way it goes. I'm not even super obsessed with the food we can get from a moose here. It's the hide I want curing for the sake of a moose hide. Why do I feel like we've come farther? Yeah, we've definitely come farther back than we ever did before. Like we can even get through there. We gotta go this way, which means we gotta deal with that wolf. There's the sun trying to come up. We can... It wasn't this far down when I went this way before.
Looks like a new day is dawning.
Beautiful, isn't it? Gonna have to shoot this wolf. Yep. Unless I'm really lucky and we get to where the moose is and the moose scares it away. Like, in theory, we should be able to stay ahead of him. He's pretty close now. Oh, we're pulling away a little bit. Is there an early morning moose out here? There's a bunny. Maybe he'd rather eat rabbit than... I think we managed to interrupt the pathing. I wasn't quite as far along here as I thought I was. But sometimes if you kind of go over some rocks like that and then jump down, there's no obvious path for the wolf to follow you, then they basically give up. Or it may have seen the Yes, could have found the rabbit and decided to have that for breakfast instead of me. Alright. Here, moosey, moosey, moosey. Not sure we're gonna be lucky here. Do not hear a moose. Hopefully they make some noise, but seems like there's a hollow over there. It could be down in. Oh. Sometimes it's hard to tell if the sound you hear is wildlife or if it's just, you know, the jingle and jangle of the... That's something. But that sounds more like a bear. Yep, that's a bear. Well, a bear and a moose can be up at the same time. Never really sort of seen what they've done. What they do when they end up interacting. Did he smell me and was coming to check me out? Or that just happening to be a bad time? Not desperate enough for food that I'm wanting to really have to deal with a bear right now. I just got my health back for one thing, which means we could try to take them on. The other side of that coin, I guess, is do I really want to take the time to recover when I can finally start heading back to Ash Canyon? Oh, there's the bear's footprints. Okay. Let's backtrack the bear's footprints and see where he came from, and maybe we can find out where his cave is. I think this is the bear's cave, but I also didn't know there was a cave here, so I think I will, while we're warm in here, map this cave and hope the bear doesn't come back by. I had no idea there was a cave here. We lose the bear's footprints? No, actually. Oh, now we lost them. Oh, there's the other rope climb. I knew there was two, and one of them usually has a rope and one of them usually doesn't. This is the shorter of the two, but... Are we actually up on the... No, I think we're one level down from where I sort of thought we were. But this is the upper level there, because there's the rope climb I had seen. Yeah, this is sort of where you come down when you're scaling the mountainside down from the plane crash up there. So this is a bear. This is bear territory here. Oh, and there's a wolf. Great. Well, now that we're, it's gotten colder instead of warmer. Well, probably we can start a fire with, Maglans. Kind of like to get down from the heights here first if we can. Again, I'm not that cold, but... Yeah, I would like the moose hide satchel before we try and do the summit, because moose hide satchel we can carry an awful lot more stuff down. There's the... That's the way down into the... Don't want to do. We might have to deal with this wolf up here. Suppose if we just lit a fire, warm up for a few minutes, then we could grab a torch at the end of it to keep us safe, you know. Should be able to scale down the hill over here. Right, get out of the wind here. Yes, perfect. There we go, mag lens. 16 sticks, that ought to do. Will be enough to warm us up modestly.
Come on.
Always make some tea if we're really concerned. Or we could even heat up a coffee if we want to try and... I think we're going to have to go the long way into Ash Canyon here. There. Now that we're out of the wind, we're doing pretty good. It's the wind that was causing us to be so cold. We will heat up here in no time. The take to make oatmeal. 16 minutes. That's not bad. We're gonna make us some oatmeal for breakfast here. There we go. Sweet. Not gonna be as calories as I like. God, how fatigued are we after all this time? More so than I would have liked. We'll hang on to the coffee. We need it later on. Take it, I suppose. Any other things we can cook here? Cook. We can do one. We're gonna do one more pot of oatmeal here, I think. We're actually more hungry than you would think. I really probably shouldn't overdo it too much. We got 5 more batches of oatmeal, but I've run into a bug before where it won't let you use the last 10% of it. You know. Now we'll have gone to all this trouble. Oh, there's the wolf. Oh, and there's the containers. Go away. Sure. Grab the largest weapon you have that takes the longest time to pull out. Oh yeah, there's our cabin. That'll take us right down out of the wolves. We don't really want to do that. I think in these 2 containers here, our Fishing on it. So, where is our... Not carrying a hacksaw. So much for that idea. I had one before, but I dropped it because I didn't think we were going to need it in the Ash Canyon where we're heading, which is probably true. However, it is also pretty good for harvesting. Oh, steeper drop than I thought. Oh, wow. Thought for sure we were going to get injured there. Where our torch blows out and the blizzard blows in. Maybe. No. See if we can... I could have lit a new torch, but...
Come on.
Should be okay. There we go. That's a good big torch. Well, I feel like maybe I... Oh, there goes the torch. Okay, we're going to go back to the base. I have to decide if I want to brave the cougar to get back to the
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
convenient side of Ash Canyon, or if I want to take the long way to the inconvenient part of Ash Canyon. Yeah, we are already carrying more than I would find ideal. I don't think a fire is going to keep us safe from a cougar. Not really sure what the strategy is. Is our oatmeal still hot that we had there? It is. Not that that really matters in some ways, but now we got warming up benefit again. No point in hanging on to it till it gets cold, I suppose. Although I think we're going to have to take a piece of deer meat with us for sustenance. We don't have much in the way of travel food. But I would like to think that we can skirt around this cougar's territory to get where I need to be. Probably overly optimistic at this point. But what are you going to do? Drop a couple of those. I don't even have that much water on me, honestly. 12%. What's this one at? 14%. Way better. Again, this is just future food for future me. Is the only other thing we picked up is that we got 20 sticks. Okay. Drop 10 of those there. That puts us again well under the weight restriction. Let's drink as much as we can. There we go. My new favorite thing might be the ability to force a save by using the base customization thing, because it always, pardon me, it always saves when you finish base customizing. so that you don't lose any of the, repositioning of things and whatever. But you can turn it on and turn it right back off again just for a split second, just to force it to... Skims, hey! I enjoy... No, it's not cheating. I mean, okay, you could make an argument that it's cheating. But I'm not going to make that argument.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Nope. Enjoy your lurk there, Skims. I appreciate your tuning in there. All right, we are going to try and go past the cougar. See if we can... Is that another bear? Tell if it's a rock that's like it's moving from this distance or if it's the actual bear. I don't think it's a bear. But yeah, I mean, if it turns into a full-on blizzard, we're going to have some difficulties, I guess. But I feel like if I say it won't, then it will. And if I feel like if I say it will, then it won't. That is a bear. I'm almost certain that's a bear laying there. Is it just sleeping? How dumb am I, Graphic? All of a sudden it just stood up. That bear is so glitched out. Okay, well, I mean, I was right in thinking that it was a bear. I was just confused that it was laying down and not moving. So color me confused, I guess. I mean, it sort of makes me wonder if the bear and the cougar interact at all, right? Like if we... Surprised we haven't heard the cougar growling here from this vantage point, because we have at other times, but we're definitely in that vicinity, at least very loosely. What I would like to do is hug this sort of area to the left. We can go down the ravine and hang a right in the ravine, and that will take us to Ash Canyon. But it takes us to Ash Canyon in the farthest possible place from where I want to be in Ash Canyon. So I feel like the cougar is more sort of over that direction. I'm hoping if we stick as close as possible to the rocks here, we can get by. And if I'm wrong, we will turn tail and head down the ravine. There's 4 wolves. I feel like those are timber wolves too. They look bigger than regular wolves. It's always hard to tell from this distance, but... Oh, they're definitely timber wolves. Yeah, definitely. We should be able to avoid them. Yeah, the cougar must be sort of farther up that way. We've successfully managed to avoid the first... Oh, now I just heard it growling, though. I have a feeling the wind was just sort of hiding the sound from us before. No. Probably gonna map on top of the bridge over here. Why am I picking up
something
sticks?
behind?
just in case I end up having to find a safe place to shelter. I don't think we're turning into a blizzard now because the snow hasn't picked up at all, but it could still turn into one. It's just if it was going to, it probably would have by now. Oh, yeah. I haven't really used it much, but I definitely know what you mean, Graphic. It definitely has some hiccups. I can understand why they wanted to revamp it, but I'm not sure. Oh dear. Oh dear, Graphic. What did I do now? Oh look, a wolf. Yeah, I was gonna say our options are light a torch and have it blow out, or get out the gun. I'm scared to look at that clip, Graphic, but I will nonetheless once I've dealt with this wolf. Right? Go away. I think it's the only one here. The only one here last time. But yeah, we got a rope to climb up there now, which I'm not going to say I forgot about, but which I wasn't taking into consideration when I decided to do this here and now. Clearly I've been here before. I mean, I know I have, because this is how I went to Ash Canyon last time. There should be a cave just up around the corner here where I can... Yeah, there it is. Where I can get out of the wind for a minute. We don't have the noise. And then I gotta see what Graphic clipped out of context. Me saying. Okay, this is where I ditched a bunch of sticks last time. There's the maple sapling. Oh dear. Well... Drop that. I can just drink some water and then we'll be good to go. Okay, I'm not quite sure how I... No, Graphic would never do that. Alright, oh, there it goes. We're gonna do it that way? Okay. What did I say? I enjoyed... No. I mean, okay, you can make an argument that... but I'm not gonna make that. No, I'm not gonna make that argument at all. I mean, you could argue that it's cheating. You could also argue that it's effective or efficient use of game mechanics, right? Like one of the challenges in the Long Dark is that the game only saves by default under three circumstances. The game automatically saves when you enter a building, right? So you have to go inside of a building. Like going into the Mountaineer's hut doesn't save it because it's technically considered indoors, but you don't have to go through the loading screen to go in, so it doesn't automatically save. So you can save by doing that. You can save by getting injured by an animal, like if a wolf attacks you and you sustain an injury, then it automatically saves. The third one is it saves the game when you sleep. But of course that takes a minimum of an hour out of the game. Welcome, Anne. I am doing well. Thanks for asking. I hope you are as well. Dave will try to wheel his way out of this bulletproof argument. Bulletproof. Yeah, as bulletproof as that wolf was. So there are some people, Graphic, who will use the building mechanic or the base customization mechanic for what I would consider to be closer to cheating than what I've just used it for. And they will use it because when you engage the interface, it actually puts an outline on a bunch of things that you can move. So pictures on the wall get an outline, you know, like doodads, tables, chairs, you know, cupboards, all kinds of things get an outline on them. And so people will turn that on so that they can navigate inside of a building when it's pitch black out, right? When you would normally have to light a lantern or a match or, you know, carry a torch with you to see, they actually use the in-game interface to navigate in the dark, to find things, to find the exit, to find containers that they haven't looted yet. And you can actually use that early game on Interloper to cheese the game to the point where you're using it to find matches in the dark in a place where you shouldn't be able to find them until you've gotten matches, so you can see in the dark. But all it does when you use the interface to save like that is it saves you an hour of sleeping. Like I can pull up my sleeping bag right here and sleep in this cave, and it will save the game for me. I cannot engage the interface here for it, but that's okay. But yeah, we'll have a little drink of water here, and we should be able to then... I should have not done that, because I'm probably going to want to drink a coffee. Yeah, we're definitely going to want to drink a coffee here. Well, we'll wait till we're right by the climb to do that. So it is... That wolf just eat a rabbit, even though it was running away from me? Or is that a different wolf? Is this not the wolf that was bleeding? I guess not, because there's the blood trail. Well, salute to that bunny. Well, maybe it is. Maybe he backtracked, and maybe that is him. Maybe he's going to eat the rabbit, and that's going to heal him up to the point where he won't be going to die and bleed out from his gunshot wound anymore. I don't really know how that works. Like, I know you can injure bears, and if they make it back to their cave and sleep, then they don't end up dying. But it's one of those weird things. Like, cougars are like moose in that they don't bleed once you shoot them. Which makes sense as far as keeping the cougar challenging. But it's also a little bit counterintuitive. Like, in the real world... No, that's just the way the programmers designed it. And the programmers designed the save thing to also save that way. So... Is it actually cheating, or is it just... What do you mean I'm too encumbered to climb? I picked up a stick, didn't I? That's what I did. Without meaning to, without realizing it. Like, a bear will bleed out over time if it's far enough away. But, okay, we got the sprain affliction anyway here. Goody. Good thing this isn't a long climb. Now the question is, did I leave myself some more deer meat here? I think probably I did. But I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out. Two caves here. This is the traveling cave. Let's see what's inside of here. If anything. Did we drop anything here? Well, perfect. We did not apparently drop anything in this cave. Funny that it's so dark. It's not that late in the day or anything. I guess it's not sunny either. Yeah, I mean, if we go far enough that way, we may as well just go to the summit, but I feel like we spent a bit of time in this cave up here, so maybe we have some meat here. Pretty sure we harvested a deer, if nothing. Yeah, there's the saplings, but I never bothered to... Oh, there's the deer. But I could easily be confusing my runs here, too. Oh, yeah. See? Oldie raw venison. Reminds me, did I not bring a piece of meat with me? No, I left it at the base. Well, again, then I've got two choices. To start a fire and spend the night here. I mean, I guess I could take the raw meat with me and cook it once I get to Ash Canyon. But that also seems questionable at best. Or do we hunt a deer here now? I feel like we ate most of the... Let's take down that nice giant buck there. That would be glorious. Oh! That's what I was afraid of. And in this weather... Alright. Gonna come back this way. Thank you for asking, Oliver. I am doing fairly well. Just trying to get myself a deer here so we're not too starving. And apparently I nailed it, as it were. Alright, well, have this out just in case. You can, yeah. Well, the arrows break over time too, so it is still, like it is still ammunition that you have to craft. So, oh well, there's the weather's gotten nicer. Just give me 1 second here, Graphic. Gonna pick up the feathers. But yes, you can. I mean, I even have a bow. It is trickier with a bow. Let's just do 6 for now. I can do the other 6. It's still going to be heavy enough, and it still might attract a wolf while we're taking it back to the cave.
I might have to drop some gear.
Low enough here, but if there's any wolves over there, we're probably moving low enough. Yeah, I mean, everything in this game is a finite resource except the wildlife, which does respawn over time. But as you get farther into a run, like if you kill a moose or a bear on day 5, it'll have respawned in like 10 days. But if you kill a moose or a bear on day 200, it'll take like 30 days to respawn. Yeah, it depends on the difficulty level. That's really the reality. 6 pieces of meat. Yeah, I forgot about animal fat. Let's drop the deer hide here. Should also probably grab some sticks because we don't have any fuel for our fire either. Yeah, like revolver ammunition and rifle ammunition you just find. Especially on Voyager difficulty, you find a fair bit of it. But on Interloper, there are no firearms. The only thing you have access to in Interloper is the bow. So... Well, as long as you keep moving, like that's kind of the trade-off, right? So in any given run, there will be there will be a moose and a bear, at least one bear on Timberwolf Mountain, often two. At least this is all by the old numbers. I'll be honest, but fish are similar, except they work a little bit differently because you can sort of fish out a given sort of body of water or a given area, so that it becomes less and less easy to catch fish. Like there's less fish there to catch. But you can also move around again, like I said. So if it takes 30 days for a bear to respawn, but a bear drops, food for, if a bear has 30 kilograms of meat, that's like 15 days worth of food, right? We're averaging, right? Like this is very, very rough average. So if it takes 30 days or later on in the game, it takes, I think if you get over 500 days, it takes something like 60 days or maybe even 90 days for some of these animals to respawn. But so we're in Timberwolf Mountain. In Timberwolf Mountain, there's a minimum of one bear, if not two, and a moose, each of which will have between 25 and 30 kilograms of meat. So right there, that's enough to sustain you for close to 30 days between those two animals. If you then go to Ash Canyon, which is right next door, there is also at least one moose and at least one bear. If you go to Pleasant Valley, which is also adjacent to this region, there's, I'm not sure if there's a moose anymore. I would assume there is, but there's at least two bears, if not three bears in Pleasant Valley. So there you have three regions, and you have like between 4 to 6 bears and 2 to 3 moose that can spawn, right? But they will spawn there in a given run. Like the bears are always around, the moose kind of come and go. But each region has an individual moose spawn tracker. So if you kill the moose in Timberwolf Mountain where we are, that doesn't affect the moose in Ash Canyon. It only affects the moose in Timberwolf Mountain. And so as long as the way the game is set up, so as long as you keep moving, you should still be able to feed yourself. Now, if you turn on the scurvy affliction, so you need vitamin C, the only renewable source of vitamin C is from fishing, and fishing is time consuming. And it's not easy to, like, if you go out and hunt a moose, you get food for like 2 weeks. If you go fishing, because fish weigh so much for the amount of calories they have, it's not anywhere near as convenient. Like, who wants to carry around a 3-kilogram fish to give you less calories than one piece of cooked moose meat? So while you need it for the vitamin C, it is not a good travel food. And if you last long enough in the game, you can get recipes from the trader so that you can, like cure fish. At least I think you can cure fish. I know you can cure meat. But I don't know if cured fish gives you vitamin C or not. So there's all these different things that are sort of new to the game that I haven't had to play with. Or sort of play around, I should maybe say. Alright, I need some wood, or we're not going to have much of a fire here. Cook all of this, let alone boil any water, so... a few sticks we can grab, but I might have to chop down one of those trees. Or not the tree itself, but like chop up the branches on the ground. I'll have to chop that one over there, but I think that's a fir. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing because up until now, if you are alive in the long dark, it's sort of quasi assumed that you are the last.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Sort of the last person on the island. You got Great Bear Island, which is where the entirety of the game takes place. In the story mode, you're not, but in the survival mode, that's kind of the assumption. All you ever see is corpses, and sort of evidence of other people, but you never
If
see
I don't
them.
rest soon, I'm gonna
The trader is a little bit different because you end up contacting the trader during an aurora by radio. That's the only way to get in touch with the only way to get in touch with the trapper. And so technically they exist, and we know from Black Frost, which is the Long Dark 2, that it's going to be a cooperative style game. So there will be other people in that game. So lore wise, in theory, we know, and my way of thinking of it is that that's in line with the story mode. Because in the story mode, in the Wintermute story campaign, there are other people, and you have to interact with them. Some you help, some you have to, some sort of are hostile to you and will, make your life more difficult. So that's the way I kind of separate it. But I guess with the trait, because you can turn off the trader, you can turn off scurvy, you can turn off cougars, you can turn off the trader, so you don't have to have access to them. You can pretend that that's really the way it is, that there are no other things around. But yeah, I guess we'd best get a torch and get a fire going. Torch. Sticks. We don't have that many sticks. I guess we still got a book if we need it, but we're relatively good at starting fires now, so it shouldn't be as much of an issue. And as I say that, we'll fail this attempt to start a fire. All part of the fun.
That's done.
Sure is. Hi, buddy. You did? How's she doing? That's good. You made grilled cheese at school today. I thought you were having veggies and dip. That's okay.
Lunch.
For lunch, Mom and I had the leftover soup. Yeah.
Alice.
Want to watch Alice, do you? For real? Need my help? All right. We are. I am going to take a break for a couple minutes. I'm going to help my son out and help him get settled, and then I will be back. So I'll be gone for a couple minutes. If you are on Twitch, you'll have to suffer through some ads. If you're on YouTube, you'll be even more bored because you'll be looking at my Be Right Back screen. But yeah, give me a second, guys, and I will be back. Well, more than a second. A couple minutes. Thanks. All right. That should be tons of time over the ad break there. So apologies to everybody who was, well, everybody who was here. Unless you just came in which case I'm not sorry at all. All right, we need to. Oh, I guess we'll start with these less than ideal pieces of meat. They'll cook up to 100% here, I think. Well, if you just got here, then you didn't get stuck with the ads and everything else. So, 30 minutes there too. We could repair. Oops. Here we go. That's what I'm trying to look at. Yeah, none of these things really are banged up enough to need repairing. What is my total protection? Is 28%. That's not amazing, but certainly could be worse. Let's see if we can thaw these things out a little more. There's nothing like wet boots drying by your cooking meat. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to spend the night here now. We're more tired than I thought, but we should also probably, ideally, boil a little bit more water, too. I mean, we could go out there and try to find more fuel, but I don't think... Yeah, this one's bad enough, but the one without the face inside of it, that's... here.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
That's not creepy at all, is it? Yep, it's a bit of a yikes, for sure. Alright, so we're going to eat these 2 pieces of meat, then we're going to need to cook 2 more. I would like to cook 4 of them, ideally, but I also want to make some more water. Keep here, so kind of the challenge, I guess. I mean, it's not too terrible. I guess we could just do 2 liters in this pot, and then just do the meat on the side as we go. Maybe that's a better plan. Zayden, hello. What's up is the temperature in this place. It's feels like 19 degrees with this fire going. You'd think it'd be hotter, but nope. Just on my way back to Ash Canyon. If you are familiar with this game. Not. 8 minutes, so we're definitely add enough. We're onto there, but that's fine. I hit the wrong button. That's what it gets me. Annoyed. Goodness. Okay. Let's reload this bad boy here. It's not the meat. I shot the rock right here. Can't you see that graphic? There's a chip right out of the stone. We got. You want to make sure it's dead. I mean. Okay. I still have a few sticks. Don't think I'm gonna need this piece of wood, but we are gonna, like I said, stash. Actually, no, we'll probably find some coal going through this cave too. So let's drop one of those here, just again for future me on the off chance that we need that. I don't want to be up super late because I want to be able to sleep and get moving again the next day. They are invisible. See, no feet. You cannot shoot you cannot shoot yourself. However, you can if you walk too close to the fire, you can burn yourself and get burns in the game. So you do have to be a little bit careful of that. In fact, you have to be really careful if you are. There's a couple of indoor places, like when the aurora happens, everything that's electric kind of comes on. But that includes if there's like downed power lines or just exposed wires. So you can give yourself electrical burns as well by when those come on if you're not ready for it. So these are done at this time. Probably the gloves are too, yeah. Not the pants though. The pants take a while, I guess. I think I'm going to hope that we can get a total of 4 pieces cooked here. No announcements. It's like they're again, like most things in this game, it is spaced out based on the difficulty. So the easier the difficulty, the less frequent they are. But you do get kind of a warning that they're coming. Because... Oh, sorry. Let's not waste time frying and not waste time cooking meat that's already cooked. But yeah, so you will generally get a warning at... Like, there's 2 different ways that auroras happen. And it seems close to 50-50-ish to me. But either you will get an aurora that will start as the sun's going down. So you get some warning for that. Because as it gets down, as the sun's going down, the sky will clear and you'll start to see some vague colors. You can kind of see right now as you look out the cave there that it's kind of pink instead of white. That's from the sunset. So the sky is looking kind of pink right now, but you would start to see green and orange and maybe some purple. As it is, you can kind of see the stars coming out as the sky gets pale, more and more pale. But you'll start to hear, it's basically an audio cue. And during the aurora, it's like, if you've ever been outside in a remote place during a real aurora, you will know that there is a sound. That auroras have sound to them, and they... Holy cow, this fire is still going. And there'll be popping sounds, and it's a little bit like the sort of the guitar sound in the background there, but it's more subtle than that. Like, it doesn't have a hard start, like plucking a string. It's just kind of a wavering... Like, you know, from those old movies when they would use the, whatever that thing is where you'd, like, use your hand to, like, kind of make the sound thing, like, you know, like the spooky sounds. It's similar to that, but it's much lower pitched. I can't even whistle that low. Like, it's very low and deep sort of sound, and there's this I don't know if I want to say vibrato to it, but... so you will know if there's an aurora like that that's coming on for the evening, and you have an hour, maybe even 2 hours, to know when it's gonna start. And you'll know for sure when it starts because, like, there'll be like if there's a light nearby, it'll flicker on sort of at random while the aurora is warming up. But when it's in full force, the lights will basically come on and stay on. They might flicker, lower or flicker or be at a different. But they will generally stay on. And then some auroras will start late at night. Like, you'll get an aurora that will start at, like, midnight to 3 a.m. and only last for, 4 hours. They always end when the sun comes up.
Better find some water.
We've got some water. But yes, I have a habit of over-explaining, so. But yeah, it has been several nights since an aurora. Oh, see? There's the green in the sky right now. You can see that band of green there. You can see some kind of closer to the horizon there too. So there is an aurora coming tonight. Can't hear the sound effect for it yet, but you can see the colors in the sky, so that's definitely a giveaway. We're nowhere near any kind of light. You've never noticed that before? I think you really got to start paying attention. This whole doing other things on the side while I'm streaming business graphic is just not cutting it anymore. You got to step up your viewer game. Just giving you a hard time.
I'm getting weaker.
Weaker? Just because you're tired. When I do something... Oh, sick burn. When we fight another cougar and die again, that's when you'll start paying attention, eh? We're getting there. It won't take us too long once we get through the night here. Alright, let's... Just give it... Not the full span here, but... This is what I really wanted to do, is be able to leave some water behind for the next time we're here. You know, fingers crossed that there's a next time that we're here. This was at 15, so when it gets down to 8... Or why I'm worried about kind of keeping it even Steven here. 2, so that'll be 2 for when we wake up. You can do 2 more here, why not? Alright.
Too heavy.
I'm working on it, Mackenzie. I'm working on it, okay? There we go. We got 4 pieces of cooked meat. We're going to have 2 more. And we're going to do a little bit more water, I guess. Probably another liter each. Maybe only a half a liter, because we don't have that much more time on the fire. Alright, like I said, there's things we can kind of fix here while we wait. Do this twice, I suppose. 82, I think. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe we'll be alright. 24, so it's 48. I might have to put on a stick or 2. Yeah, I'm really surprised we haven't heard the audio. Now that's an
I
aurora.
need something to drink, and soon.
Wow, look at that. Just... That's not the aurora sound effect, that's just a musical cue, but... Alright, I shouldn't be taking this long. Those are done, so yeah, we can do another liter each on here. Get out your smartphone and order a pizza, yeah, because the smartphones are all working now, right? Of course. Oh yeah, we can easily eat a whole one of these now. Drink some water. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna add 2 sticks to make sure the fire goes long enough to finish boiling that water, but oops, I'm gonna go to sleep here now. I'm gonna go for an all-night all night sleep. We'll sleep right through till morning, get as rested as we can be, because it's a long trek. Ash Canyon, even so. There we go. Can pick up that. Not quite hungry enough to eat. We should put my pants back on. There we go. Much better. Alright. We'll eat one, and we'll take... We'll eat... How much do we got left on there? 100 calories. Perfect.
I need to drop something.
That's okay on the waterfront. I'm gonna... There we go. There's plenty of sticks most places in Ash Canyon, so we should be all right. I feel like I see a wolf over there. That could be a deer. Oh, those are the deer. I'm just gonna check for feathers, then we'll head for the cave and never have too many feathers. Yeah, those are just the deer. No extra feathers yet. Alright, well that's fine. Yeah, exploring in the game during an aurora is absolutely beautiful. All of the prey animals, the deer and the bunnies and the ptarmigan, they all disappear during the aurora. And all the predators get, they get juiced. Wolves become aurora wolves, bears become aurora bears. I assume the cougars become aurora cougars. Moose disappear too. There's no such thing as an aurora moose. That would be absolutely terrifying. But they get extra health, they deal extra damage, and they're not scared. Like sometimes if you just fire your revolver, you'll scare a wolf away. Just from the noise, right? Or you can use... See, I was right. More coal. Or you can use a torch, and because the wolves don't like fire. Or you can even just start a fire, and then the wolf or the bear or whatever will not charge you through the fire. Aurora animals have no fear, basically, so they will charge you sort of through whatever. Aurora wolves are afraid of really bright lights. So during an aurora, you can get a flashlight, and there's like a super bright setting on the flashlight, that will stop an aurora wolf from charging at you, but only temporarily. Like, it'll grant you some space, but it won't make it run away in fear. It'll just keep it from charging at you. It's a dead end with a piece of coal in it. And a pack of Aurora cave worms. Uh-oh. You're assuming that wolves, that cave worms are in fact predators, right? All right. Before we go outside, we finish off this little tiny piece of meat. That'd be super. There we go. The funny thing is, it doesn't matter how much is left on this. Like, this is a 1 kilogram of meat worth 960 calories. It is just as smelly as, like, a 10-calorie piece of meat that weighs nothing. All right. Here we are. I think... I gotta get my bearings again. It still throws me when I come out here for the first time which direction I'm facing, which direction I need to go to get to the...
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay. We're not cold, so... Map here. Okay, so that's where my recovery stuff is. Oh, that's... super amazing. We are going the right direction for that. The downside is there's going to be a ton of stuff there, and I'm already carrying a ton of stuff. Ash Ketchum from Ash Canyon. You're asking the wrong guy, Graphic. I was never actually much into the Pokemon thing, so... How do we find this backpack? With my... Retrieve my stuff? We need to go by Pillar's Footrest, which should be over here. Only tangential knowledge, fair enough. You know that Ash is his name and catching them is his game? Yeah, the funny thing is that I don't think my kids ever watched the show, but they went through a stage where they were big into the actual, you know, like collector's cards kind of thing. Oh, don't start snowing on me. This is a little farther away than I thought, but... Don't trust the wolves not to... Deer, so... Alright, show me Pillar's Footrest. Well, there's the deer. Both of them. Okay, did we somehow go too far? It really feels like I've gone too far. Let's not accidentally shoot any holes in these crow feathers.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Well, we always say things like that. Okay, seriously though. We have to have gone too far. Yeah, way too far. We've gone way too far. We need to go back the way that we came. I really hope it's not down in the valley down there. That would be super annoying. But that's probably the case, eh? I've never actually found a recovery pack before, so I don't know particularly what I'm looking for. Nothing over here, right? Hello?
Too much stuff to carry.
Oh, so you can go down into the ravine from here. That is good to know. But I still don't think I don't think we need to. I don't think that's where it put my stuff, but I suppose it's not impossible either. Okay. How far did I turn out of charcoal here, and soon it's going to annoy me. Okay, so we are close. But it might be over there. Yeah. Almost here. There we go. No, 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 no. Almost very bad. I feel like it is down in the ravine down there. Well, I mean, I guess we can check it out. Worst case scenario, I'm wrong, and we have to loop back around. That is a long way out of my way. Yeah, we definitely came up here, and I mean, unless it's somehow up there, which seems unlikely. I'm up here anyway. Alright, one more stick, because, again, you never know when you're going to need another stick. Hello. Oh, look at that. Alright, well. Yeah, I think we can go down here, but I don't think we can reliably get back up. Now where do we go? I don't think I've ever been through here before. Weren't getting back up. Right. Oh, there's the tree. This is the maze. There's a rope climb over there. All right. Get our bearings. We are way high up from it now. We do need to go back. This, I think I made a mistake coming down here. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this dead end is where our stuff is. Are we now? Like up over here. This is by where the cougar was. Where we came into the... Good grief. Yeah, we're like up here now. Well, like I said, there's no way up back over there again. Like that was a one-way trip. Unless we climb the rope over here, but that's going to put us on the wrong side anyway. We're going to head back this way, which should... Down there? Guess we got to go... And down there, yes. I'm so gonna regret having come this way. I can already tell. That's sort of where we came down from. It's possible still that our pack is in the ravine here, but... Oh, this is the indoor place where we... Wow. Okay, well, I don't really want to be carrying those with me. They can stay here again, you know. Might find them one day. Cave? That's the cave. Alright. Maybe our stuff's in this cave. I mean, it could be anywhere. Or, wood. A nice cave, if you like caves. I feel like I've gone too far now. Be in the right place again. But yeah, we're in here now. Oh, good, just a little bit of wind. Alright, well, I know coming to the ravine was a mistake. Which I'm sure is what Graphic would have told me. If he hadn't wanted to see me suffer. Now I'm not even sure how to get out of this. Like, I'm taking the... Yeah, I'm taking the walk back, I think back to Timberwolf Mountain here. I think that's where this ends up. Yeah, there's one of the saplings I chopped that I left in the cave back there. Okay, what is our best bet? 'Cause this is not helping me get my stuff back. Okay, so we're in here going back this way. And we can come back here if we can sneak back up this way, past the, because this is what we were trying to do before. We were trying to come back up this way and come back out this cave when we decided to stop and hunt the cougar, which was clearly a mistake. I'm getting better at recognizing them, Graphic. There's only 2 cougars here now. There was 3 at one point. I'm not upset about that, but yeah, now we're heading back the wrong way. Gotta turn back around again. But I think if we can not fight the cougar, we should still be able to loop back around and do what I was trying to do before. It's just not going to be very easy. But just in part because there are so few like man-made landmarks, it makes like Ash Canyon there are very few man-made landmarks. In Hushed River Valley there are none essentially, and those for me are the places that are hardest to navigate for one reason or another. I think just buildings just stand out so well, right? Alright, we can now eat this piece of meat. We don't have to smell. There we go. A little bit heavy because I'm carrying a couple of sticks more than the game wants me to. is a long rope climb up there. While I'm sure that's a shortcut, doesn't seem all that terribly practical either. Pretty sure I just heard the cougar growl over there now. We could have an energy drink and just run up there. I feel like we should have just stayed where we were given what the weather's doing. We don't have a ton of food either, so we can't get away with this forever either. I mean, I have 2 MR. That's a backpack hanging from a branch. I have never seen this before, ever. But I think it's hilarious.
I could use this.
Oh, yeah, I suppose we could. I have never seen that before. That's as Mater would say, that's funny right there. Really love just a clear day so we can navigate where we need to go without too many headaches. I'm probably not that lucky. I definitely heard a cougar. Yep. But again, just like we did in Timberwolf Mountain, I think we can sort of skirt where it's... There's a big waterfall there. We want to go up and over here, right? I think we left the first cougar behind. Because there's 2 cougars, right? There's one here, which I think is the one we just heard. And I think there's another one up here ahead of us. Neither of which is good news for us, you know, but... I hear ya. I don't want to fight ya. I just want to go around ya. All we need to do is go around here to the left and climb up the hill. And we should be safe. I gotta watch over there, but... we were a lot closer than this when we started drawing its attention before. I can see it over there. Should be fine. I mean, again, we could go and try and fight it if we're feeling spicy, but I've never found my backpack before from a cheat death. So I would like to find that before... Oh good, there's a wolf. Okay, so there's the top of the rope climb that we could have taken. Get out of the valley there. Am I maybe on the wrong side of the valley now that I need to be on? Probably, right? I still feel like this should take me where I need to go. There's all these stands of birch trees here. Yeah, I have no idea what the backpack even looks like, right? My understanding is that it's sort of like a campfire with stuff around it. There's something ahead of me up there, but I can't tell if it's a wolf or a deer. Well, that's a deer. Yeah, these are. I'm pretty sure these are the 2 bucks that I saw last time, running away from me when I was trying to find my backpack. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, this over here is where I climbed down, so I am still in the right ballpark. Oh, there's a backpack over there. I think I've looted that before, because I think I found it when I was here last time. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's the one that's got my stuff in it. I don't know. Maybe this is... Yeah, that one says it's empty. Okay. Alright, well then that is the one that we looted last time. This pillar's footrest, you would think so. Well, I'll tell you, if I wander around here too much longer, I'm going to wish that there was something else here to break up the monotony, because at least I know where at least I managed to get back to where I'm fairly sure I'm back to where I was. Alright, well, I'm going to map again with my last charcoal. Okay, so we're here. This is the edge of the map. So we basically should be, unless it's like way up at the top over there somehow. Like that's the other possibility, I suppose. I don't have anything more to map with, so maybe that is the situation. I gotta get all the way up there to get it. Wouldn't that just be a kick in the ball pit? I'm sure there's a way up there. It's just long and arduous and... Here's some birds. Yeah, see, this is Pillar's footrest. So, how many times around do we have to loop? Get all the way up there. Okay, so that's where we came out. That's the cave where we were. More or less. Guess we gotta go around this way and try to climb higher. Reality is if I'd gone around... Whatever, like it... Because we snuck up here, and now we're back here, basically. We'd come here and gone over, you can climb up again to another level. Maybe that's where... stuff is, but I'm gonna check out this way first and see what we find. Because why not? Gotta do something. I mean, worst case scenario, we can go back through the cave over here and get more food. You know, if we get too desperate. Oh my goodness. Or we could just find a moose. What do you think, Graphic? Will we be very, very quiet? Moose hunting season? There isn't even any marking trees around here that I can see, so... This is fantastic. Actually. Again, not what I was planning to do for the day. Oh, sure, you just turn around. I mean, technically, the closer he gets to the cave entrance, the better. But also, the more out in the open he gets, the worse it is for us. We're gonna get moose stomped if we are not careful. Yep, see? Ah. Or not. That was, very fortunate. Now, where's the cave entrance? Tell me the cave entrance is, in fact, right over there where I think it is. Nope. Well, I mean, there's got to be some kind of shelter nearby. Maybe it's over here. Yeah, I know, I'm sleepy too. Part of the problem is there's not a lot of firewood around here either. There's a... Oh, I see where we are. Somehow isn't quite where I thought we were. Well, how many times are we going to walk around in circles? Too many. Really don't want to have to carry a moose all that far. Here we are overlooking the ravine again, right? Yeah. Well, I mean... Still feel like there should be a cave around here somewhere. I guess worst case scenario, we start a fire and end up with a bit of charcoal so we can get our bearings. Alright, I'm coming down here one more time because I see some sticks, but... The day is... At least I see a branch that I can get some sticks out of. And it makes me wish I'd hung on to my piece of fur that I had there, but...
Something's gotta go.
Yeah, I know. It could still be that the cave is right back in there. Actually, I think I do see it, right? That green stuff there should be the cave. If that's the case, so much the better. Shouldn't need this out for now. Well... I guess. Oops, helps if I hit the right button. Well, 25 sticks. And I think we got 3 pieces of coal, actually. Of course.
Come on. Come on.
Of course, you can't start a fire with coal. You can only keep it going with... Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Come on.
Come on.
Turned out pretty well.
Grant you that. Okay. Got 4 minutes worth, 4 pieces worth of meat.
Too heavy.
All right. Oh yeah, I don't need to carry the fat around. What do we got? All right. We're going to quarter the moose. We have to guess when we're at the half-hour mark. Nice thing about this is we can see where the meat is, so when the meat's... There we go. That should be about halfway. We were almost...
It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
Of course. Fire gonna blow out on us? 50-50 shot. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat one of these so I'm not so cold. Or not so hungry, pardon me. Okay, gonna finish the quartering here. We'll just see if the fire goes out. What else can we do but wait and see? Nice. Right,
I need to drop something.
well, you only say that because you're carrying an absolute ton of stuff, Mackenzie. Yeah, the fire's... Darn it. Right, well, we're not getting anywhere like this.
I'll be hungry later.
Man, look how many things have... We're at 41, 43 and change. All right. All right. Or now the wind dies out, hey? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to hope that there is in fact a cave down there. 2 charcoal. Well, that's better than nothing. Alright, well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 bags of moose, each of them with 4 kilos of stuff in them. I take this all. Really want the... Yeah. Right. We are really desperately hoping that the cave is in fact just down here. They don't actually smell as bad as you would think. But I'm hoping in the morning we can harvest more of that moose. I think cave should be... Right, sort of ahead of us there. Yeah, there's the cave. You can actually... The entrance is actually glowing for some reason. That's crazy. I had no idea there could be a moose right here by this entrance. If I'd known that, I would have gone right straight out of the door. Funny that it's glowing like that. Possible this isn't the cave that I... This is not the cave that we traveled through. Yes, it is. Leave Ash Canyon. Okay. Somehow we didn't find all this stuff. Came through here. Guess I just wasn't looking for it. Okay. The meat, I'm going to leave out there. Everything else has got to come back in the cave.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I'm not sure you can either, but... enough room there to put down our stuff, so...
I just need to close my eyes.
Sun on Wave, welcome. Hello, hello. Good to see you here, son. We are struggling to recover our backpack because I keep getting lost in Ash Canyon. I had reset, like I had not reset, cheated death. In Ash Canyon after dying to a cougar here. Let me show you. So, yes. So we died to this cougar here like ages ago now. And finally got over our injuries from it and whatnot. Spent time out in Coastal Highway and Desolation Point. Made it all the way back here. Took a wrong turn in trying to... like, we came out the cave here. We're trying to find our recovery site to pick up all the stuff that we lost. Ended up going down into the ravine because we couldn't figure out where it was. I think it's actually on top. Like, up above rather than down below. Then we had to come all the way back over here, dodge this cougar again to get back to where we're at now. And then we found a moose right over here, where I didn't know a moose could spawn. But now there's a moose there. Well, now there's bags of moose meat because we, you know, helped ourselves as best we could in the middle of, you know, not a blizzard, but some nasty wind. And that's the short version of how we got to where we're at now. Time to sleep for 10 hours. Then see what the morning brings. Probably a blizzard with my luck. My plans are threefold. So I have a moose hide curing there, which is nice now. That's the other reason I wanted to get back here, because the only moose I had found was up at Miner's Folly, and so the only moose hide that I had in the game was curing there, and I have to get by 2 cougars in order to get to it now. But yes, so my plan is threefold. Get my gear back, although it's Voyageur, so I basically replaced all my gear with equal stuff, except Vaughn's rifle is here in my... should be here in my cache of stuff, and the collector's rifle, or whatever it's called, should be up at Miner's Folly again. So I want to get my good stuff back. I want to get revenge on the cougar, and then I want to get a moose hide satchel. Not necessarily in that order, but probably in that order. So yeah. But now I got this moose I gotta... I guess I don't have to. I could leave all the meat to rot, but that seems like a poor decision when we're definitely going to need food. Very nice, very nice. I'll eat what I can from here. May as well have a drink. Doesn't leave me much water, but... yeah, so I think the gear I need to get is up on top of the hill way over there. But I'm really not sure how to get there. I was hoping there was kind of a back route up here we could use to get there, but now I'm not so sure. Yes, yeah, and I've never successfully killed a cougar before, so it's like successfully dealing with timber wolves. It's one of those things I've never really done, despite the like closing in on 900 hours I have in this game. You know, how much more could I do? You've only ever killed one? Yeah, well, I've been so nervous about learning to deal with them that I've had them disabled for I don't know how long. And yes, I know the moose is behind me there. No, I have a little bit of fuel. I suppose I don't need to necessarily cook all that much. I just need to harvest a bunch, right? Killed one
Might
in
have to
Mystery
drop some
Lake.
gear.
That's the only one you've done so far, hey? Well, at least we can use the hacks, but it still takes half an hour here. Not a short amount of time. To be fair, I've only ever been killed by one once. And I don't know. I was on the fence about using the... Oh, that's not the cooked piece. There we go. When we... I would like to finish harvesting it for the sake of my carcass harvesting skill. Void them as much as possible. Yeah, and that seems like the smart play to me. Why would you want to fight them any more than you have to? Maybe I should. I'm gonna hope that while we're doing this next thing that the weather clears up, which probably means it's not going to, and the weather's gonna get worse. Yeah, because what I'm trying to accomplish in this Voyager run is to get used to where all the new spawn locations are, right? Does it really matter? Does it really cost us that much to
Too much stuff to carry.
whatever. I have enough matches. It's not like I need to worry about the number of matches that I have. So why worry about it, right? And sticks. I guess, like I said before, I've got some coal, so... Is it just me, or did the wind pick up as soon as I started lighting a fire? Yep. That's absolutely what happened.
That did it.
Should have just put it in a sheltered spot. There is such a thing around here. Yeah, see, it's blowing out again. Well, maybe I can take my torch and go around the corner. Get over the rise there or something. You know, there's a 50-50 chance it'll blow out before I get anywhere safe. Is there enough of a rise here that we're... Yes, there is. Then the wind will change direction. Just watch. Starting to get some of Rand's luck.
Come on. Come on.
Come on. The irony, of course, will be that as soon as I get this fire going, the wind will change direction.
Come on.
All right, there we go.
That did it.
Sure did. All right, well, let's... Suppose I can afford to sprint.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Got enough food that the food's not the issue. Ah. So we should be able to harvest 6 pieces if we're fast. Then go back. I guess the advantage of doing the fire over there is that my meat doesn't thaw out. So I can continue to do it with the hacksaw here, but... Oh, wow, look at that for time, hey? Okay, after this I am making some water. Suppose I should have... dropped some, should have dropped that cooked meat. I was just in too much of a rush. Well, now the wind is done, so that's kind of nice. And I know, I don't need all this meat. That was the problem at Miner's Folly as well, is that I could have... Take 2 more over here. Yeah, there's got to be able to be a way to get up there somehow, because there's birds up there, which means there's an animal corpse up there, which means... Right, I was going to do some... I'll do some water now.
Too heavy.
We have none, essentially. We have less than half a liter. Yeah, there was no bear there when I was... Was there a bear there? I think I avoided the bear and just shot the moose, but I could be wrong. In any case, that will actually check how long the fire is going to burn for. Not long enough. Should be long enough. Yes, yeah, I think... No, I had wolves there when I was there. I had like 4 wolves. 3 at least, maybe 4. Yeah, I think there's a way to climb up and get over there, or do we have to backtrack and... I'm not sure. Okay. The animal fat's definitely annoying to the process here, isn't it? But yeah, I think that's just the edge of the ravine, and there's no way to circle back up on this side. So I think we'll have to go back the long way to climb to like the high pass or the high meadow or whatever it's called. And I think that's probably where my stuff is. We've got 14 minutes yet. Oh, I guess that's not too terrible. Let's get a good torch. Come on. I want to get your charcoal because we have none. Embers. Come on. Oh, really? Come on. Wow, those embers go for a long time. Something about a watched pot. There. Now the embers will burn forever. Or not. How many did we get? 3? 2. Bah. I've liked so many more. Yeah, I just don't think there's a way up over there. I mean, I guess we can try. I feel like it won't let me get up high enough no matter what I do. Alright, well.
Something's gotta go.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi, buddy.
More.
Is your brother still there?
No.
That's too much stuff. I'm carrying too much stuff. All right. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have one too. All right. Yes, I'm coming. Hang on. Yeah, give me a second, guys. I'm just going to help my boy, and I will be back. There we are. Okay. I am definitely carrying too much stuff. Yeah, 62. There we go. Still too much. Thank you, son. But yeah, I want this by the cave entrance. Or I'll... Don't say I'll never find it, but... Possible we can climb up there? Follow that ridge back? Maybe. We'll try and see. I guess I have the time. I have the food now. Although I should grab some more fuel if I can. Cave is farther. It seems farther away when you have, you know, all this stuff to carry. Yes, unfortunately, what's left in those
It's starting to weigh me down.
bags there, I'm probably just gonna leave. It's easier to find the cave in the dark when it was glowing. Still not sure what caused that effect, but kind of impressive nonetheless. All right. It's like a burden's been lifted from my shoulders. Oh wait, it has. I definitely did not go the most direct route. But, you know, that's okay. Like I said, we're going to try and come back up this way, and we're going to see if we can follow that ridge. So I have my doubts
I'm
that we
not
can
sure I
climb
can
it.
carry much more.
Let's take 3 pieces back there. And I'm leaving all the little bits, too. Mostly because I'm... It's one thing that is a minor annoyance. Like, I appreciate from the immersion perspective and just from general gameplay appeal. Having the animations, very cool. Right? They look very thematic. They're not shying away from the reality of what you got to do in a survival situation. All that stuff is totally fair. The gameplay implications, though, is that you go through the same animation, essentially to harvest like 10 kilograms of, like 10 kilograms of deer meat as you do to harvest like 0.2 kilograms of deer meat. And so harvesting the little 0.2 or 0.4 bits out of the other stuff there is very... Seven should be able to be there. Good. All right. Yes, it takes just as long to harvest the big pieces out as it does to get the little small pieces at the end. And there, I think it would be neat. I think it would be thoughtful. Well, I can see that you want it to take a certain amount of time. It's like drinking water, though, right? Like when the progress bar kind of ticks through, it doesn't matter if you're drinking the entire, like, your entire thirst meter full of water, or if you're drinking, like, 5 milliliters. It takes the same amount of time as a player, but different amount of time passes in the game. So it's just that incongruity that makes it confusing.
This gear.
Even if they just had a shorter animation, so if you were harvesting less than a half a kilogram, it would do this shorter, like you just hold up you just go slice and then you're done, right? Instead of going through this whole rigmarole where you're like cutting into it 3 different ways from... Well, maybe we can follow the ridge across over here and up. That'll be nice if it's true. Right? Like, like they could... I don't know. I'm not the art team. I'm not the game designers, right? I don't know how intensive it is to do that stuff. But even if you just made it so that it only played like 25% of the animation, then it would seem a little less punitive, right? To get those smaller pieces of meat. And I can see the argument that if you're... Oh. Is this the cave? Is the lake on the other side over there? Is this the little cave down into the lake? No. It's just a safe space. Okay, well, that's not bad either. Going over here? Doesn't really look like it, but... But yeah, just some way, like, and I mean, there's an argument to be. Oh, this can't be my stuff, but charcoal? No, of course not. But we're getting into the right ballpark now. This feels like, oh, I see it. I see the smoke from. I didn't realize that there was smoke, but that signal smoke must mean that that's where my little campfire thing is. Maybe round all animals to the nearest kilogram. Even if it was the nearest half kilogram. But then you end up with rabbits that are only half a kilogram, right? And you're never going to get a rabbit that's a full kilogram and a half. I don't mind the little bits. It's just that the harvesting is so punitive, right? All right, we made it. We found all of our stuff. The big problem now is what the heck do we take and what the heck do we leave here? Yeah, I didn't know that either, but that's so like we were way down there basically. So I think I can sort of take half of this stuff. What's in the tell me the rifles are in here. Yeah, okay, good. Well, the revolver is. Tell me the rifle is. That's what I really wanted, was the woodworking tools. The rifle is not there. That's not good news. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'll take what I can. And the rest of it's gonna have to go wherever. Oh man, there's so much. Look at this. There's so much stuff jammed on top of each other here. Torches, flare, coffee.
This gear's starting to slow me down.
I mean, I don't need all of it. Like, I don't need a torch. I don't even need the matches necessarily. I'm going to take them because, of course, they're matches. Hey, charcoal. Revolver casing. How much am I carrying now? 54. That's not actually too bad. Of course, all the stuff that's still in here as well. Like, the toque is still there, but it's beat up. I have to assume that this stuff stays here if I leave it here. Like, I already have a lantern. I don't need another lantern back. I have a bunch of prepared birch bark. I don't need the revolver. The revolver I have is in better shape. So we can take that and drop it off.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Is that what you're thinking, Mackenzie? Where is my other... Yeah, like I can't put... Oh, you can't put stuff back in this backpack. There's something that's good to know. Yeah, there's a cooking pot here, but the pan is missing. All of the clothing I had seems to have disappeared. Hi. No, I'm not in a house right now. I get my flare gun back. That's kind of nice. Yeah, like I'm still carrying way more. Is that the... That's my little campfire down there with the moose stuff, I think. Yeah. And especially because I had Vaughn's rifle on me when I died. So does that mean that Vaughn's rifle is permanently like out of the game for me? Because it wasn't in the place where I originally found it. I know that much. So like, yeah. So if you cheated death, right, and you stayed in the region, like when you cheat death, you have the option to spawn somewhere far away that's safe, or somewhere relatively close that is obviously more dangerous. So if you lose, like I kept a certain amount of my clothing on me when I, like at this difficulty, so maybe that's part of the reason. But the rifle is the thing that really throws me, because it was one of the unique items in the game. Yeah, that really threw me off. Like, do I need these matches? Not necessarily. So, yeah. Carcass Harvesting Book, which I think I already have. One of, yeah. Exactly. That's why I was carrying it, right? Because it's lighter than all the others. Even though it, it deteriorates faster in condition when you use it. Why do I have Tinder in my bag here? Probably picked it up by accident when I was picking everything else up. Same with all this coal I'm carrying. Like, I don't need all that much coal. Yeah, like, don't need that. Well, okay, let's try and get this all back to where we're going. Again, the woodworking tools is the thing I was most concerned with getting that we had found there. All right, we can eat one of these. We can eat the whole thing. And drink some water, and that will make us by far lighter. Yeah, so we're basically 54 kilos now. For now, it's nice and sunny out. Yeah, we're still going to be moving slow here, but... yeah, we're sort of in the high pass thing here now. We can just... like, I wouldn't have even known that there was necessarily a space up there. Are you birds chirping around? So there's something over here, too. That I guess I will go and take a look at since I'm up here, but... yeah, the day is winding down. So I'll probably just have to go back to that cave again and sleep. I mean, I could make another trip up here if I wanted to grab sort of the last of my stuff too, right? But is it on the far? Are those on the far side of the? Got to reboot and patch. Well, I guess, Graphic. I guess we'll allow it. Oh, whatever we're hovering above here is down in the... ugh. Well, whatever it is, I'm not concerned about it then, except for... because, the 65 feathers I already had weren't enough, guys. Must have more feathers. So technically, if we didn't want to get revenge, now that we've learned that we can't get Vaughn's rifle... we could still go and get the Curator's rifle, which is still better than the one we have, especially at distance, which I think if we'd had the other rifle for distance, I think we would have done better against the Cougar. But, like, when you took down the Cougar the one time, son, how many times did you have to shoot it? And what were you fighting it with? Because I was actually wondering to myself if I would not have been better off to have been using the... oh, we came down on the other side. I see. We came up on the other side. There's the little shelter here. Good to know that that's there, though. 4 times with a bow with level 5 archery. I think you had told me that before. Because, yes, my rifle skill is not... I think it's maybe level 3. I believe so. Santi, there's enough people that come through now from YouTube that I don't remember all the names. But, got oh, yes, severe lacerations. Yes, you did tell me. There is a bit of a delay, Santi, so that's why I'm assuming my pronunciation attempt is Santi Nieto. Yes, welcome, and my apologies that there is a delay. I cannot seem to figure out how to force YouTube to do the lower latency stuff. It just doesn't want to listen to me. When I try and change the settings, it won't save them anywhere. But I guess the good news is we got another moose hide curing. Yeah, if I could set it to lower latency so it was easier to chat, I would. But the software just doesn't like me lately. Yeah, we're going to end up dropping a whole bunch of stuff off here by the cave. I'm sure I shot the cougar at least 3 times with the rifle when we were going after it last time. But I may have only had like level 1 rifle skill at the time, so you know, it doesn't do, there's no chance for critical strikes basically, and there's a variety of other things that are sort of not at par. I guess I'm gonna just drop what tools I can and other things I don't need to carry by the entrance to the cave here. I should have brought the pot down too, I guess, but in the end it doesn't really matter. All right. I think there was a knife still up there as well. Oh yeah. I feel like I'm dropping too much stuff here. Have any fire? Yeah, we still got 6 fire hard. I don't know. I actually have a better rifle skill than I have, or revolver skill than I have rifle skill. Maybe isn't all that shocking, but got no small amount of stuff here. Drop a coffee. Drop all of this coffee. Any more firewood stuff? Yeah, drop those again here. No, we haven't been over there yet, Graphic. We did find my stuff that was missing. I think you were here for that. Drop one of them. Drop all of those. Yeah, the pan was missing, but also my good fancy weapon. Oh, right, we're gonna drop the. I guess this will force it to save too.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Time to cure. All right. Well, gotta be a few more things we can drop. We end up with more sticks, so a little bit. Drop one of those. I feel like we're going to come back to this cave to sleep, so I'm going to drop a few more things just so I can be sure we can take everything we want from up there. But again, like, so much stuff isn't really worth worrying about overly, is it? Alright, well, make one more loop. Yeah, the smoke signal is neat.
Might have to drop some gear.
The problem is that this campfire, like this spawn point in particular, was so high up that I couldn't see it from anywhere below. Which I guess it's not meant to, you know, sort of signal you across the from across the entire region. But it definitely, like, we were almost on top of it when we figured out where it was, hey? Yeah, we'll go up and grab the rest of the stuff there that we can. And I guess I have to decide if we want to push for the campsite to get the moose hide satchel, or if we want to brave the cougar first. And I'm not sure which is the better option. Again, we'll get the curator's rifle if we go that route. But I was gonna check what we were at for skills. Yeah, rifle. We're rifle level 2 and change now, but we're revolver level 4.5. And archery, I guess our archery is about the same as our rifle. I just feel like you can, I don't know, I was going to say you can fire a little more quickly with the rifle, but I think it's not that you can fire more quickly with the rifle. I think that you can aim more quickly with the rifle. That's the real difference between the two. But yeah, I'm curious as to how the game decides what gear, you know, gets preserved and what gear kind of gets deleted. It's also possible that we dropped the rifle before we died. Like, so the rifle could still be sitting there beside where we fought the cougar. Like, where we entered into the last struggle and died. And that's why it's not in with our stuff. But that doesn't explain why the pan wouldn't be there. I mean, again, I found another pan. You think so? I know I definitely dropped it one time when I struggled with it. So that could well be the case, and I'm going to hope that that's the case. When the cougar fights you, you drop your weapon. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, when you get in the struggle with it, right? Because you're trying to fend off the claws. Okay, well, whatever we can grab from here now will be... We should be able to take down from here now anything that's worthwhile. I think we took the heaviest stuff. You still drop it even if it just swipes at you. Okay. I seem to remember, because there was a couple times when it swiped me and a couple of times when it just ran away, because we frightened it. Or whatever, we didn't frighten it, but while we shot it, so then the couple times we shot it, they turned around. 33% is not terrible on a torch. Only 5. There's only 5 antibiotics instead of 6. Fair enough. There you go. Care about the toque. Do care about the stim.
All this gear is slowing me down.
We'll take that. The bow. And now we're getting... Here I was thinking we would be fine, but... gonna see if those books are useful at all. I guess we'll take that. We might need the bandage when we fight the cougar. And some tea. Maybe we should make a bunch of teas before we fight the cougar too, so we can regenerate a little bit of health while we're about things. Don't weigh much. Gotta take the crackers. Guess we'll take the chips, and I guess we'll take those. Why not? Don't need both of them, but we can have them. Oh, wow. I guess we're that much more tired now than we were, hey? I would drink a coffee, except I think we're just going to want to sleep in a little bit here anyway. Infection, yeah, we've got a thing with 3 or 4 doses of, whatchamacallit. Alright, I'm super heavy, and I shouldn't be picking up any more stuff, but I'm still going to grab a couple sticks. Just because we have such a shortage of them down there. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? 58. Alright, auto walk to give my hands a break. Yeah, you need the bandages in particular to stop the bleeding. The infection risk, you know, you've got a little bit of time before that really becomes... I think you had told me, I think you have to bandage it, like re-bandage it for several consecutive days. I was fortunate enough to only get regular lacerations. At least the one time, and maybe I bled out at the end because I had severe lacerations and didn't realize. Every 12 hours, for how many days? I guess that probably varies depending on your difficulty level. For 72 hours, wow. So 6 times altogether, I guess. Well, you do it right away, and then 12 hours later, then a 24, 36, 48, 60, and 72. So 7 times altogether, sounds like. That's a lot of bandages. I mean, I have more than a few on me. I think I have 4 or 5 on me now, but... Do you continue to take condition loss while you're dealing with that? I would have to assume that once you bandage it, you stop bleeding. If you sleep, when the wounds reopen, you'll bleed out quickly without waking up. Ah. Basically, you want to make sure you rebandage before you go to sleep. Yeah. And then first thing again when you wake up if you slept for a full night. Yeah, that is actually a first aid principle too. Like for, there's a time. Okay, I was gonna say, how do you know? That's good to know because with intestinal parasites, the game doesn't tell you what the 24-hour timer is to tick over so that you need to take your meds again. But for something like the lacerations, that sounds like it would make, because you'd be able to like sort of feel, you know. But yes, when you have wounds with severe bleeding in real life, especially like chest wounds, they actually tell you not to remove. Like if the dressing you have on soaks through, you're not supposed to remove the dressing and put on a new one. You're supposed to put a new dressing over top of the old one. Because otherwise, you'll start to bleed again, and you'll undo the healing that's taken place underneath the bandage up till that point. Well, it doesn't inspire much in confidence in wanting to deal with the cougar again.
It's getting dark out here.
Is it
Time to
getting
look for
dark
shelter.
out? Yeah, as long as there's a timer so you know what's going on, then that's not so bad. Well, I'm sure it's supposed to be. I mean, it is supposed to be the biggest threat out there. Which is why, unlike the other wildlife, the map kind of informs you of when there's one in the area. Sorry, Mackenzie, by the way. I do feel bad for making you carry all this. But I guess step one of our three-step process here is under control. Now, though, I'm trying to figure out what the best route back to Miner's Folly is, and if we can avoid the 2 cougars that are left. Day 260, 270, when you fought the cougar. You were on the very... yes. Oh, you were very on edge. I know what you're trying to say. It's just my brain's not having the words come out. Yeah, that's a long run to lose. I'm not even sure what... We're still under 100 days, I'm pretty sure, on this run. Despite the fact that we've been all over the place here. But yeah, at the very least, I would like to go and see if we can find the weapon. Okay, we got so many things to... see about leaving behind here again. Grab the other, right? Yeah. We're gonna reload this guy so we get the. Then we're gonna drop it. Never know when you're gonna need a spare revolver here, right? Okay, so we've got 2 books here. Yeah, this one we just barely started. Tell me how many hours? Yeah, we've read 1 of that. And I think the revolver book we finished and we were keeping it. Oh, maybe not. Nope. Not sure I believe that it's going to give me that much knowledge. But I also don't want to carry too much stuff with me. I guess we can drop the mag lens. Drop a couple more coal here. We've got to get down to close to 40 here. It's the only reasonable thing. But what else are we carrying? I guess we got an extra stem and an extra... We got 6 bandages, so that's a good start. Yeah, we should make some birch bark tea. Drop those. Why are we still so heavy? Oh, we got 2 pots. That's not going to help. What else? We got more cloth than we need either, right? Don't we? Still, we're like 10 kilograms heavy. What on earth do we have with us? Guess we picked up... Oh, we got an extra lantern. That's not going to help. An extra bow as well. $48. Two thermoses. I like the plaid one. I don't even know what else I have that's making me so heavy. I've got a little bit of extra food here. I mean, I can eat this meat, and that will save us some. I guess I've got the condensed milk, which weighs a bit. So it's heavy. No, it's a decent amount of calories. Yum. Soda. Still seems like we are way, way heavier than we should be. Got one of them. Still, I'm like nickel and diming here for what we're looking at. Like we've got 6 kilograms of fire starting stuff. 6, 2.5. So that's 8.5. 8.5 plus 8 is 16.5. 16.5, 17, 24. 24 and 21 is 41, 2, 35. Yeah, okay. So the numbers are adding up. Seems like we shouldn't be this heavy on the tools. I guess we picked up a fair number of arrows. We picked up a couple of torches too, didn't we? We're just dropping everything out here. Like I feel like we're dropping more stuff out here than we even took in with us, you know? Six arrows. Uh-oh. That sounds like an aurora. Yepers. Well, I mean, it's a good thing we're not planning on going anywhere, I guess. 45 points. Why are we still so heavy? Yes, we picked up the flare gun and some flares. And sharpen some tools and whatnot, but I guess we picked up some of these too. We should have mapped when we were over here is what we should have done. Yeah, I mean, that's the other problem is that well, there's a cougar by Foreman's. We need to get back past the cougar and up here to Miner's Folly. It's a long trip. We're going to get the gun, or we can fight the cougar here. Like, those are my options. I don't know which I like better. Look at that purple. Look at that deep, deep purple. Don't see that. Even in this game, it's like the orange auroras. You really don't see them very often. All right, we are very tired. We need to sleep. I need to stop putzing around and find a place to put down my sleeping bag.
I need to drop something.
We'll have to figure out our weight issues in the morning. I guess we got more water on us than we usually have too. We're gonna fight a cougar. We're gonna want to be awake for it. I feel like I should go and do it now, like today. Either we're gonna win or we're gonna lose. Like, when we do it isn't gonna change things much. How hungry are we? I'm gonna have to eat more moose meat, so we should do that. Of course, it's not real. Oh, there we go. Yes, I would really like to be able to do some things with the woodworking tools. If I was smart, I would just take the woodworking tools and leave. You know, like, what do I need all this junk for? We can leave those here. We have the one book.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
You're always saying. Oh, we should make. I said we should make a bunch of birch bark tea. Need water for birch bark tea. In order to make birch bark tea, we need some fuel. Yeah, we got 4 doses of that. We can't really prove any of our gear there, I guess. I guess we got a lot of cattails too, don't we? We can drop some cattails here as well. And I guess some. Oh, look at that mess. And I guess some more of these sticks. So it's always sticks we end up dropping when we're heavy, right? Well, is it clearing up? Can we start a fire with mag lens? Because if we can do that. Yepers! Alright, mag lens fire, make some tea. You're gonna weigh more, but... I mean, again, I have like 100 matches on me. It's not like... But again, I'm trying not to lose those good survival skills from harder difficulties.
All right.
Nope, come on. I have to make some water too, because I don't have enough to make all this birch bark. You do the same? Yeah. You can't, Yeah, and it really needs to be, right? If you're going to keep up with this game, it really needs to be the way to go. Got a liter of water left. Right, we are going to do your liter. Got the coal. We may as well use the coal. this all in the thermos. Except it's not on the wheel now. What the heck? Why do we got 2 of these on the wheel? That's dumb. Ah, darn it. Alright, well. Did it just a split second too fast, eh? Gonna get some sleep? Yeah. Tell the cougar you said hi when it eats me. Pretty much. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna run out of time tonight or whatever. Like, normally I would be ending in like 10 minutes. That's enough time to get over to where the cougar is. Not enough time to fight it. So you're probably safe, Graphic. You're probably gonna have to wait until another day. Till the next stream, which is probably Monday. But rest well, Graphic. Thanks so much for being here. I do appreciate. Gonna get going as well? Yeah, no worries, no worries. That's the way she is. I getcha. Alright, I better leave a note for myself, even though I didn't even look at the note I left for myself last time. Alright. Good grief, come on here, work with me. Yes, bless you too, son. Rest well. My best to the missus, and imagine I'll see you around. There we go. All right. These always make me nervous that I'm going to burn them doing this. 2, 4, 6. That should be enough for a while, right? And we're below weight now, but we're going to pick up pots and the water. We'll be a little bit up there again, but not insane.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
There we go. We got a bunch of hot items in there. Get a good torch or two here. That's a nice one. That's not terrible. Okay. Yeah, 43. Again, we can ditch a couple of torches here. Oh, we're going to drop the 50% one, and one of these should be 100. For sure. Oh, that's these guys are hundreds. There we go. All right. Go in here to force the save. And then that will be it. Whew. Saving. Whew, okay. Good stuff. Yeah, on that note, I think we are just done. Yeah. I suppose. Yeah, I suppose we will wrap up there. I do want to say I appreciate everybody for being here. Graphic, Sun, a number of folks who came through YouTube, whose names I won't butcher, but I appreciate each of you stopping in. If you do happen to catch the rest of the VOD, or if you're still here, even it's hard for me to say. I guess I can technically go and look at the thing here and see. But we always do our peak viewership in like the first like 5-10 minutes of the stream, and then we get like 1 or 2 people at a time after that, which is fair, especially folks tuning in on the mobile and whatnot. But Annabelle, Colton, Sam, Anne, Oliver, Zayden, and Santi. There we go. But the bitrate thing is still atrocious, and I'm not sure how to deal with that. One of these days I will figure it out, but today again is not that day. So again, huge thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate you all. You're fantastic human beings. I pray you will rest well this evening, that you will have a great week, and that when we get a chance to touch base again, probably over the weekend, that you will be still be well, and look forward to seeing you when that happens. Yeah, because I've got a bunch of meetings tomorrow. Thursday, Friday working. Should have Saturday, Sunday off. So, all that to say, good night. Good night.